there, starlings. Welcome to my sector of the universe. This is Jessica Pellowell and is here to help you step into your truth and star into your power. For those of you who've never been here before, thank you so much for being here. Welcome. I'm so glad you are here, and I'm so glad that this is your first time watching one of my videos. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for returning. And for my subscribers, thank you so much for your loyalty, your love, and support. I am truly grateful for each and every one of you. I want to wish all of you a wonderful week this week. I also want to mention that I still have spots for my Zoom session. Some of them are calling it a webinar with regards to how to navigate the challenging energies that are coming in 2022 with the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction in Pisces and Pluto's return for the US, amongst other transits and other things there. If you want to know more about that, I will talk more about it at the end of the video. But aside from that, may these messages help you with your spiritual growth and evolution of the soul. With that being said, let's get into your reading. Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your weekly reading. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic, and I hope your week is going well. I wish you many blessings and much, much love for this week and the weekend ahead. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. Capricorn, if you've never been here before, what we're going to do is we're going to see what your overall theme is for this week, what you need to focus on, and what you need to avoid for your spiritual growth, because that is what this is about. Stick around to the end so you can see what else, what other guidance spirit has for you, what the full moon in Cancer is bringing you, which happened on January 17th. I'm recording this on the 19th, but we're still kind of feeling the effects of the full moon, right? So we're going to see what other energies that moon is bringing you. And we will close out this reading with checking up on the energy surrounding you with regards to love. Okay? What's going on with your love situation? Oh gosh, that was fast. I didn't have to say anything. They're ready to go. We have learning experience here, Capricorn. I always see the Hermit card with this. Maybe it's really time for you to go into isolation, do some introspection just about with regards to your life's experiences and trying to see what it is you need to do differently, what it is you need to be focusing on, and maybe removing yourself from the chaos of the world and really recalibrating your chakras and focusing on your well-being. It's kind of like the Hangman energy with this too. And understanding that everyone that we encounter this lifetime teaches you something. Even if you have a 2-minute conversation with somebody at Starbucks or something like that, or even, there was a time like I gave money to a homeless person and we had a conversation and it was eye-opening, it really was. And everybody teaches us something. And you know what, Capricorn? Those who challenge us the most, those who we may find, I heard despicable. That's kind of funny. I don't know if you're thinking somebody's despicable or whatever, or connection's despicable. I don't know where that word came from, but that's what's coming in. Even with those people who kind of irk us, who kind of make us go, oh my God, not again, or something like this, or it's like, can this person just go away? No, Capricorn. If that person has really been bugging the crap out of you, that's probably the individual you're going to learn from the most. Or that person is going to teach you some huge lessons about yourself. This could very well be your divine counterpart, where they're your mirror and they reflect your inner wounds. Now, I will say it's not just a counterpart. Everybody that we encounter is a reflection of what's on the inside of us, okay? This is Earth School, all right? We came here to learn, grow, and to evolve. And when we understand what it is that we need to do to better ourselves, to get into alignment with our higher selves, we utilize that knowledge and wisdom to teach others, to help them on their paths, to help them go through their learning experiences and understand the light of truth. The following the light is your path to destiny, right? That's what the light in this lantern is all about. And we're all here to follow our own paths, okay? Not the paths of others, it's our path. And we can't compare our path to somebody else's either, all right? There might be somebody here who's doing that. This is really about you dedicating a lot of time to better understanding who you really are as a person. That society doesn't mold you, that your parents your parents don't dictate who you become, your friends don't, your job doesn't, all of that stuff, right? God is the potter, you are the clay. But understand that God has something great for you. And He's trying to get you to understand this by going through these learning experiences, by encountering these people that you come across in your life. These people really teach you things. The experiences teach you things. And understand that they're all great teachers in this lifetime. And the challenges that we face, even those things are here to teach us. I honestly find that the harder things are what teach us the most. Like I said, people that we find the most challenging, the a-holes, the ones who are just like, oh my gosh, like what is going on with this person? Think about it from a different perspective, Capricorn, because they are teaching something that you may have been avoiding most of your life. They're teaching you something that you're afraid to face. These challenges, these challenging experiences, and these challenging people are usually the ones who get us to really see the darkness within and to help us transmute that into light, to get us to face our fears, our demons, to get us to really look deep inside those wounds and say, oh my gosh, I didn't know I was hurting this much. I didn't know I was blocked by this. I didn't really understand that my childhood really affected me the way that it has now. All of this stuff, guys. And we can't get angry about it. We can't get bitter and resentful. We can't be, wishing bad things upon these people, these experiences. We can't be cursing God about them. Why did I have to go through this? Why did I have to go through that? Trust me on this, Capricorn. I went through the same darn thing. God, really? Again? Why is this happening to me? Why this, why that? And God, I finally realized God's like, Jess, hello, wake up. Judgment card. Wake up, Jess. Do you realize what you are doing? Because we are ultimately responsible for our abundance, for our happiness, for our well-being. We are ultimately responsible for attracting the material wealth, the harmonious, successful relationships with all people, for attracting the dream jobs and the dream life that we want to live. That is up to us and us alone. And everything that we encounter in life is to teach us at how to attain that. Okay? There's a silver lining to everything. Everything happens for a reason. It's like the Five of Cups. Even those broken hearts, the sadness, the sorrow, the grief, the loss, it's all here to teach us something greater that we tend to not see. And it's now time for you to do some introspection and get a better understanding as to what it is that those situations, those people are trying to get you to see. If you want more peace in your life, you want more security, you want a stable ground, more stable grounding, a solid foundation, thank you, Spirit. You need to ground yourself. You need to learn how to overcome hardships. You can't let these hardships and these challenging people to dictate your life, to keep you down, to block you from your abundance. You have the power already within, Capricorn, to overcome these obstacles, these challenges, these hardships. It's you and you alone. God has given you that strength. And if you don't feel like you have it, ask God for it. Pray about it. He's going to give you the power and the strength to remind you that you are God within and that you can overcome anything and that through God, all things are possible. If we didn't have any challenges, Capricorn, we may very well be these like feeble-minded, weak people. We wouldn't really be these brilliant individuals who are excellent at troubleshooting and excellent at overcoming obstacles. Every challenge makes us stronger. Every person makes us stronger. Every person makes us smarter. It builds stamina, endurance, leadership skills, because it's all in preparation for your life's purpose. And of course, it sounds weird to some because nobody teaches us this, right? No, they want us to conform to society and just be like a near robot and follow what everybody else is doing. What kind of life is that? That's not living. And when we see the humor in every situation, it's kind of like the Queen of Swords. We start to realize, okay, God, I see what you're doing. You're teaching me another lesson, right? It's like that day I went to get my headlights changed, and my car guy, who's also a very good friend of mine, he wasn't at the shop that day, and the other guy who was there said that they ran out of bulbs, so I left. I was like, great, I have to go buy them. They're like, is it okay? I'm like, don't worry about it. I went to the store, AutoZone, and I almost got hit by 3 different people because people are starting to drive like maniacs, and there was construction everywhere. And I finally got to the place, and there were very few bulbs, and luckily enough, I found my bulbs. They were the most expensive ones, but I'm like, I gotta get these bulbs. I went to the cashier. Their system was down for credit cards. Do you have any cash? No, I don't have enough cash. I had to get back in my car, go to find an ATM. The ATM that GPS led me to was a bank that no longer exists. I had to drive around again, almost got hit by another car, found a gas station with an ATM, went in there, got the money, had to go back, paid for that, went back to the shop and had my lights fixed. It ended up kind of backing up my day, but you know what I did, Capricorn? There's a reason why I'm telling you this. I was laughing, and God was laughing with me. I said, really, God? I have to go through all this to get my headlights replaced? And I said, I know what you're doing, God. And he's like, yes, Jess, you know what I'm doing. It was also to teach me to not go all get upset because I had to spend more money than I thought I was going to on the bulbs. And usually my car guy pays for this stuff. He does this for free for me because we've known each other for years. And I was like, okay, I wasn't expecting this expense, but okay. And I was expecting to spend that much. Okay, God was testing me to see if I was going to lose my ish, right? And then with everything going on, okay, Jess, are you going to have patience? Are you going to curse me out? Now, I never really cursed God out, but but if that was the old Jess, I would have gotten so pissed you have no idea, right? Getting pissed is lower vibrational energy. We don't want to get there. That's the devil wants us to get like that because he laughs at us thinking, oh, look at the child of God getting all pissed off because of all this stuff, right? And I was laughing about it. And I said, I cannot believe this. And I told my family about it. And my sisters were like, that's really hilarious. I said, yeah, can you imagine? I went through this whole thing just to get my headlights fixed, right? And I just let it go. And I knew, even though with all those challenges, I was able to overcome them. And I laughed at it. I thought it was an adventure. I thought God was just putting a joke on me. Hey, Jess, you know what? I'm going to make you laugh today. I'm going to have all these things happen. But I'm also going to teach you. I'm going to test you, right? And I just let it be. And I was still grateful to God that I had the money to pay for the bulbs, that I had the health and the ability to drive, that my car was still drivable, that my friend was able to, I had a car mechanic who was nice enough to just let me come in without charging me to do that work and all that stuff, right? I was grateful that I was able to get my car lights replaced. And let me tell you guys, this happened right before I was supposed to take my son to the airport for Christmas. And at the time of his flight, I was not going to have any light coming from those headlights. So you see how God works here? It was like a last minute thing, but I was grateful to God that I was able to get my headlights replaced before taking my son to the airport because I was not going to be able to drive back without my headlights because it was going to be dark by then. So there's an example for some of you. to understand that even things like that, they teach us stuff. And it's also when we are going through our evolution of the soul and our spiritual journey, things start to creep up, right? The monkey wrench comes in and it's testing us to see if we're ready for the next best thing, if we're ready to level up, okay? And even if you're still undergoing these challenges, know that there is a silver lining to them all. Really look at it from a different perspective. Again, see the bigger picture like the King of Wands. What is it to teach you? These challenges are really helping you to level up for what is to come, to prepare you for what God has for you. Because when God blesses you with miracles and great wealth and leadership, and you're going to be standing in the world stage teaching others about something, you better be prepared for it. Because the higher up you go, the more people are going to try to tear you down. So think of it that way, okay? Bottom of the deck is honesty and communication. All right, Capricorn. So maybe these people and these challenges are getting you to learn more about this, how to better communicate, how to learn how to respond, not to react, how to stand in your authenticity and your integrity, not to beat around the bush, not to pretend, not to hide your feelings because you're afraid of hurting somebody or you're afraid of somebody walking away from you or saying things about you. No, who cares? If you're not being your true self, Capricorn, you're not really living. And if you can't be honest with yourself and with other people, you can't have those healthy, successful, harmonious relationships. You can't. Dishonesty and lack of integrity, those are dark energies. That's not of the light. So how would you expect being in those energies to attract harmonious relationships, to have people respect you more, to have people be honest with you more? If you're not honest with yourself, if you cannot communicate the truth at all times, if you're fearful of telling you your truth, Capricorn, then there's some work you need to be doing. Okay? Maybe that's a challenge for you. With that teacher you have within you, and with that integrity and honesty and connecting to that, you're going to find a lot more wisdom, okay? And maybe some of you need to learn how to better stand up for yourselves. That could be a very big lesson for some of you that you haven't really mastered yet. To stop being dishonest with yourself and others. Stop pretending to live a life that really isn't for your highest good. To stop listening to others. To stop being afraid of speaking your truth. Why are you so afraid of speaking your truth? It's really time for you to be honest with yourself and those around you. It's like the Eight of Cups in the reverse. And I've been picking that up for you guys for the past couple of months, where some of you might be faking your happiness. You're afraid of losing something. You're afraid of people saying something. Why? Why are you going to hide in the shadows? Why are you going to live in dishonesty and lies and deceit? The devil's really trying to block you from the abundance that God has waiting for you. For having more harmonious, successful, loving, healthy relationships, life experiences, right? The challenges will not be as frequent as what they're telling me, Capricorn, if you just learn to speak your truth. Even with the hardships. even if they're financial in nature. If you're really struggling with your finances, ask for help or ask God for help with this. Don't deny the fact that maybe you might have a spending problem, or maybe you're trying to have a lifestyle and have people think that you're living a certain way when you're really not. For what reason? Why do you think that is? Maybe that's some serious introspection that you're going to have to do, Capricorn. Some of you are holding back from saying something. There's something that needs to be said, and God and your angels are really encouraging you to do this now. It's time to speak your truth now, Capricorn. You can't wait on this. Apparently, this has been lingering for a while. This has been wreaking havoc on your brain for a while. I'm seeing it's causing stress. 10 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 10 of Wands, you name it. You have to stand in the light, Capricorn. Get out of the dark. Either you choose the light or you choose the dark. Which one is it going to be? You choose to live a lie, or you choose to live a life of peace and honesty and righteousness and justness, if that's a word. God can't help you get out of your situation if you live a lie. If you're, again, dishonest with yourself and dishonest with others. If you have a hard time speaking your truth, I had a very hard time speaking my truth, guys. I did. And when I tried and I was challenged, I went into a corner. And I didn't fight back. Let's put it that way. That was a huge lesson for me to learn. So if you're having a hard time communicating with honesty and integrity, I'm seeing the King of Swords here and the Queen of Swords and all the Swords energy, Page of Swords, Knight, maybe. If you're having a hard time, ask God to give you the strength to speak up. And think of it this way here, Capricorn. If you can't be honest with yourself and maintain that integrity, you attract experiences that are deceitful, that are disharmonious. You attract those same people who will do the same thing to you that you are doing to yourself. You attract negativity because negativity is residing in your heart space and in your energies. Especially if somebody is making you lose your sense of self. Somebody may be stripping you of your integrity, of your sovereignty, of your happiness, your bliss. Say something to them. You have to say something to them, Capricorn. You can't sit there silent anymore. It's kind of like High Priestess in the reverse or the Four Swords. What is really important to you, Capricorn? What is really important to you right now? Think about that. Where are you going to direct your energy? Are you going to be surrounded in the energy of the dark or of the light? I think you already know what the answer is. Are you still trying to control things? Are you lying to yourself saying, well, no, I have control over this. I can make this work, or I can, or this person, they'll come around, or something might miraculously change without me doing anything. I have to make sure that I have full control over all things because I'm afraid of what might not happen or what might happen. Again, when we try to control things too much, we are going against God's will. We're not allowing God to step in and allowing and surrendering to God and saying, God or Jesus, take the wheel, right? You control the wheel of karma. You're affecting what is destined for you. You're trying to take God's place in a sense. It's like you think that you have more power over God or something, or that you have full control over everything. It's like, no, I have to do everything my way because this is how I want things to be. This is how it should be. It's not according to your will, Capricorn. It's according to God's will. God knows what's best for all of us. Just pray to God. Ask for that strength. Okay? You gotta stop living the lie. You have to be your true self. Things won't change, Capricorn, until you stand in your authenticity. Honesty is your best policy right now, Capricorn. This is holding you back. God's really trying to bring in something glorious for you here, and you're holding yourself back because you continue to be dishonest with yourself and others. All right. It's time to work on this. Look, you might feel like I'm lecturing you, but I'm channeling the messages that my guides want to channel. I am a no BS reader here because we all have work to do. And this whole thing with honesty and communication, I went through this, guys. If you've watched my other readings for Capricorn, I talked about this already. And it's so liberating, guys, when you're not afraid to speak your truth. And even if some people say things or whatever, it doesn't matter because you've got God backing you up. You have your legion of angels backing you up. When you stand in that truth, you are standing in the light. You are choosing the light. You are not choosing the dark. You are choosing God. You are not choosing the devil. Okay. Let's see what you need to focus on. Ace of Swords. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, boy. Look, see? The Knight of Swords. See? Shows up. I was calling all the sword cards, okay? You really need to just go for this. It's time to take action. They're really emphasizing here, Capricorn, that it's really time for you to speak your truth, okay? With honesty and integrity and not being afraid of it. Do not allow anyone to get in your way. It's like you're doing this come hell or high water. You need to be laser focused on your mission. You have to be laser focused on doing what you know is right. This is the most will-powered, ambitious, aggressive knight of all the knights, but aggressive in a sense where he stands up for himself. He uses discernment. he charges ahead and says, I am going to do this. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody does. I've got the Ace of Swords in my hands. That is God's truth here. And I need to speak it. He's taking action on those things and overcoming these challenges, knowing that he has to do right by people, knowing that he has to live a life of integrity and honesty here. And maybe you're dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, somebody who is impulsive, somebody who's brash, somebody who's not careful with their words, somebody who comes in and out of your life, dashing in, dashing out, someone who causes drama. There might be chaos with this energy here. This is a very fast-moving energy, right? It could be whirlwind of stuff. It could be very chaotic. This guy comes in with sudden, drastic life experiences and life changes, right? There's challenges here because swords are also about challenges and life's lessons and life's experiences, but he could overcome them as long as he stays in that power of truth and integrity, that he's always being led by the truth of God. So he knows if he doesn't, he'll fall off his horse, and then he ends up leading a life of, chaos and drama here. So yeah, for some of you, you are dealing with somebody who's just, they come in and they leave whenever they want. They are not being forthcoming. They're not being honest, right? That's a reflection of you. Okay? So God is asking you, really, Capricorn, what are you going to do with this situation? It's up to you. Maybe you're even dealing with somebody who's impatient. Maybe you're trying to rush things. Okay? And God wants you to slow down. Maybe you're trying to save somebody or something, but you know that's not the right thing to do, because that may be a form of the control here. Somebody who might be very hurtful. If you're dealing with somebody like this, or somebody like with these energies is affecting you, you have to speak your piece. Okay? You have to do what is right for you. Again, with the swords energy, honesty and integrity, truth, communication. Don't try to control. Don't try to force things. Don't try to rush things. Think that it's like it could be avoided, that you can avoid this. Again, it's time to take action on this now. God's like saying you have to go for this. You have to do this, Capricorn. In the bottom of the deck, what did I talk about? The Eight of Cups. There's always something better. You got to do an about face, because this life that you're living right now, that you think these cups are making you happy, they're not. You choose one cup, it's a cup of poison. You chew another one, chew another one. You choose another one, it's another cup of poison. You're thinking, oh, this is going to make me happy. Or if I have all these trophies, if I have all these cups, my life's going to be set. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be happy. But you know deep down inside you're not, Capricorn. It's time to do an about face, as I said, and start heading on that journey to find your holy grail, what really fulfills you. And it's not the outside world. It's not material things. It's not love. It's not jobs that pay a lot of money. It's what comes within. It comes from the divine gifts that God has given you with regards to your talents and your abilities and your strengths and your talents, if I didn't say that already. You will live a life of satisfaction and bliss and joy, being very content when you find that holy grail. And you find it within. You don't find it outside of yourself. And if you are dealing with somebody, doesn't have to be an air sign, right? But if you're dealing with somebody who's just like reckless, hurtful, indecisive, rude, right? Again, coming in and out of your life, walk away from that person. Speak your truth. Say, you know what? I'm not tolerating this behavior anymore. So and so, I'm doing it about face. I'm not dealing with this anymore. And again, if like you're holding back, you're staying for the wrong reasons, again, you're being dishonest with yourself. The shadow side of this card, you guys have gotten this before, is faking your happiness, being dishonest with yourself and with others, not committing to your mission, not committing to focusing on your happiness, doing what is right for you. You gotta let go of the past. The past doesn't dictate your future, right? You gotta head towards another direction here, because there's something better for you on the opposite side of those mountains. And God's like, I got something incredible for you, Capricorn. I just need you to move away from the past. Let go of the past. Move away from materialism and distractions and think and listening to what everybody else says. They tell you, oh, you're going to be happy if you do this or you do that, right? Social media might be an issue for some of you because we did get the communication card, where some of you are looking to social media too much for the answers, or this is how you lose weight, or this is how, you will look prettier or more handsome if you wear this, or you buy this, or you do that. And you know that that's not helping. Walk away. Some of you need to make a career change because you know that the career you're in really does not make you happy. I feel that very strongly for some of you here. Okay? The cup of life, divine love, fulfillment, joy, bliss is within you, not outside of you. And if this is a career thing, Capricorn, you know it already. This is probably what you're lying to yourself about, because maybe it pays a lot of money, but are you really happy there? It's the same thing that happened with me with my job. I made a really nice salary, but I was being taken advantage of. People kept trying to sabotage my work, and I was like, am I really doing anything for the greater good of humanity? No. And I was fearful. Okay, if I leave this job, am I still going to be able to pay for this, and that? That's when I understood that God was my only source and supply. And let me tell you, He has been there for me every step of the way. It may have been challenging to get adjusted to not making that salary, but I am living my best life. I am happier than I've ever been. I have control, in a sense, over like how I live my life. And I base it off of what God wants me to do. And I focus on my mission work. And I continue to be close to God. I've never been as close to God as I am now. And it all stemmed from me walking away from all this BS that I thought was going to bring me happiness. To include the job, unfulfilling relationships, people who were treating me poorly, right? All of that stuff. I walked away from it all. I gave up all of it. Even friendships that were really not what I thought that they were. And I had to see the truth in that situation too. It's been a huge change, Capricorn. But I know I am living in my truth and my authenticity. And I am living the life that God intended me for me to live. And I know that God has way better things for me coming down the pike. Okay. Look so underneath because I picked this up. You have to listen to your divine guidance. You have to trust your intuition. Some of you are very empathic, very psychic, very intuitive. You already know what to do. It's time for you to do it. All right, let's see what you need to avoid. What does Capricorn need to avoid for this week? Spirit guides and angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Sirians. There it is. It's the Six of Swords. It's all air here, guys. Oh my God. See? The only thing we saw was Eight of Cups, Two of Swords. You have to face reality, Capricorn. You have to face the truth of the situation. You're avoiding the truth. Your intuition keeps telling you, Capricorn, you know you need to do this. And you're like, no, there's got to be another way. And you know there isn't. Because maybe you've been trying the other way and it hasn't been working. Your throat chakra's blocked with this energy here. Some of you need to listen to throat chakra solfeggio frequencies. I do have a throat chakra healing meditation on my channel. It's in the Healing Meditations playlist. Deals with sacred geometry. It's a 5-minute meditation, so I highly recommend you try that out to help you. You may have to replay it multiple times, depending on whether, you know, when you feel ready to communicate your truth, that's when you know that a healing meditation has worked. Okay? You can't avoid the situation any longer. The time is now to speak your truth. Okay? You're frozen with indecision. You're afraid to make that choice. You got to get out of this indecisiveness, the overthinking, the overanalyzing. You're fearful of what's going to happen when you say something. But why? Again, it's either the dark or the light. It's your happiness or you being in this, you know, unhappy state deep down inside. You have to make that choice. You have to face reality, Capricorn. You're withholding information from somebody. And you're afraid to say something. If people really love you for who you are, Capricorn, if people are really on your side, they're not going to like make fun of you, or they're not going to be like, oh my God, really, Capricorn? You've been living a lie the whole time? I thought you were happy. I thought this is what you wanted. If people belittle you and they berate you and they kind of chastise you for that, you better let those people go, because they're the ones who are fake friends or even family members, okay? See what I mean? You live a life of dishonesty, you're attracting people who are also dishonest. So don't be afraid to say whatever it is. If you have to, if there are friends who are, you know that they're like not good for you, or they're jealous of you, or they say, you know, they're being a bully, or they're impulsive or brash, you got to walk away. You got to say, you know what? This friendship isn't working anymore. This relationship isn't working anymore. I have to find my peace. I got to find my holy grail. I can't deal with this anymore. I'm sorry, you know. again, this person was here to teach you, or these people are here to teach you, you walk away. Six of Swords. See, you are refusing to face reality. You're allowing yourself to stay in this chaos and this turmoil. Why are you so afraid of moving forward towards your paradise here, towards your happiness, Capricorn? Because you're afraid because you're going to fully expose yourself and say, you know what, guys? This is what's really going on. I'm not really happy. I'm trying to compensate for something. I'm trying to put a blanket over what's really going on. I'm trying to sugarcoat things because I don't want people to know what's really going on. Again, if all these crazy things keep happening to you, Capricorn, and it's affecting your happiness, then it's because you're you're choosing the dark instead of the light. I have to say it. My guides are like, Jess, you're gonna have to say it. Okay. Spirit is saying the situation will go from bad to worse if you continue to avoid this. If you continue to withhold whatever it is you need to communicate. Maybe some of you need to go back home. That's what I'm hearing. There's travel here. Or some of you need to relocate. You feel very unstable right now, especially in your headspace. There's too much overthinking here, overanalyzing. You want things to be more peaceful and tranquil and calm. You want things to be more stable. Capricorn, you're going to have to do the very hard thing and speak up. You have to face your fears. You have to face reality. You have the ability to overcome hardship. You do. You have God with you who will help you get you through this. It's exactly what I was talking about with me. Okay? I knew that things were going to get worse if I continued to live a life where I was like, I'm not happy. Like, why am I living a lie? Like, why am I being dishonest with myself? And, you know, I had all these other issues, and I'm like, I have to get out of this predicament. This is not serving my highest good. If I want things to change, I have to be the change, right? Be the change you wish to see. There's a red flag here. There is a clear warning. If you don't take action on this now, Capricorn, it's gonna get worse. There's a storm brewing here. If you continue to avoid this situation, you have to communicate this now. You have to do something about the situation now. The challenges, it's like whatever challenge you're experiencing, it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's like you start off with a small pile of something, it's going to turn out to some massive mountain. Okay? You're afraid that this is going to cause some sort of conflict if you speak up, if you speak your truth. Maybe that's why you're avoiding it. You're going to find a lot more peace within yourself when you do that, though, Capricorn, because again, you dishonesty, it's dark energy. It's not of the light. I don't know why that was the bottom of the deck, but look, they did that because they want to show what's underneath this. Look, it's the Seven of Pentacles. You're investing in something that has no potential to grow. There's poor investments being made. There could also be something with money. You are spending your money on things that are making you happy when you know you really aren't. There may be something with a shopping addiction, or you purchase things, you invest in things to make you look a certain way, to live a certain lifestyle, or to I don't know, it's like you're compensating for something. That's for some of you, not for all of you, okay? And again, trying to rush things, you have to be more patient. But with you communicating the truth, the wait is over. Okay? Because yeah, there's poor investment here. You're investing in something that is not growing. It's like you think you're planting seeds that are going to grow apple trees or roses. You're planting seeds that are actually going to end up growing weeds instead. That's what I'm being told. Some of you have to make more of an investment in your personal growth instead of material things. Some of you really need to work on your healing here. Okay. And if you are in relationships where you know there nothing is growing, that you guys are drifting apart, that you're not on the same page, that you have different goals and aspirations or something, it's time to either grow together or you grow apart. But apparently they want you to move away from this situation because there's no growth here. It's not working. Even with a job. Okay? You can't advance in a job, you don't get promoted or whatever, they keep you in the same place. Nope. It's time to move away from that. Okay? Or even when the job that's like it's always go, 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 go. You don't have any breaks, right? Fast energy. All right? Maybe some of you are overly ambitious and you don't take breaks and things. You don't slow down. There could be somebody here where it's affecting your health. It's affecting your mental state, all of the above. Why is the Knight of Swords here? Oh, boy. Two of Cups. Yep. For some of you, this is a relationship. Maybe some of you are trying to rush union with a counterpart, with a soulmate. Again, divine timing is at play. It's God's will, not your will. You may be dealing with somebody who you might think is your soulmate, but they are very hurtful towards you. They might be your counterpart or your soulmate. You're thinking that this is, you're on the same page, again, that you're harmonious here. But the reality is that you're not. Because somebody is, coming in and out of your life. They are being hurtful towards you. They're disrespecting you, okay? We don't deal with that. They got to heal. You got to heal. You have to focus on the fact that you have to be the love if you want to receive that love that you want. These people are ready to commit to one another when they found their holy grail. They understand what true unconditional love is. And they are ready to give and receive unconditional love because they're vibrating at the unconditional love, the high frequency. So if you're thinking that, with your person here, whoever this is, that you're ready for this, it's kind of like you're still not on alignment yet. And yeah, some of you need to do the right thing. You need to speak your piece here. With regards to a connection, you could already be married for some of you. Okay? Again, there's a group of you where You thought that this was like the love of your life, or you were going to be with this person for forever. But apparently, here's the thing, guys. You can actually be with a soulmate romantically, because there are such things as soulmates that are not romantic. They're familial, okay? You can have a parent, a friend who's a soulmate. My son is my soulmate, okay? He's one of my soulmates. Soulmates is not just about romance. Some people get that backwards. So maybe you're thinking that this person, you were like on the same page, you were like-minded, but you're starting to realize that you're not. That you thought you were going to be with this person forever. And I will say, we'll go back to saying, some people think that when you marry a soulmate, that it's forever. I was married to another soulmate and for 10 years, and that didn't work out. See, that's for somebody here. Somebody needs to hear that. A divine counterpart is who you end up with for the rest of your days here, because that is divinely guided. It's ordained by God. That bond cannot be broken. And if you are dealing with a counterpart who is coming in and out of your life, and they're really causing some disruption in your life, right? It's not a stable relationship. There's no peace. You keep running into all these issues, okay? It's going to continue until you say something. And some of you probably have to just surrender to God and just cut this person out of your life for the time being. You do your healing, they do theirs. All right. Bottom of the deck is the World card. Yep. You got to end this. I talked about this. A cycle's got to come to a close here. All right. It's time to close the book to this story. You know the situation is not serving you, Capricorn. When you do what is right and you speak your truth finally, you're going to allow God to get you on the path that you're supposed to be on. You will have a new beginning and it will be successful. You will be able to move on to the next phase of your life where you're going to find more peace and tranquility. You will overcome these hardships. You will find more restoration and balance in your life. So know that this is going to be a success here. It's a major achievement when you finally do what God is asking you to do. You will feel more whole. There will be a sense of completion here when you finally do this, okay? Underneath that is the Queen of Wands. You have to have that courage and confidence. If you know what you want, you go after it. But you know that there's a situation here, a relationship that is not, it's not stable. There's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of turmoil. There's a lot of instability, a lot of things going on that you know are not harmonious. And Spirit really wants you to not dim your light. You are a very powerful individual. You're very charismatic. You are beautiful even though you don't think you are. You are attractive even though you don't think you are. You have to understand that it's within you, okay? It's not about the outside. You got to shine your light here, Capricorn, because this person is apparently dimming it. All right, Six of Swords and the Two of Swords. Well, actually, Six of Swords was the bottom of the deck. They keep making me do that. Let's do Two of Swords. Clarify the Two of Swords, Spirit. for us, please. And thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, here's Aries energy. Okay, you might be dealing with an Aries, or maybe there are father healing. There's father issues. Maybe some of you need to do some father healing. Maybe everything that's going on right now has to do with some parental thing, or some very authoritarian person, somebody who has maybe had a lot of control in your life as a child, and maybe you're running into these situations because of this. Okay, again, some of you have to do some father healing. I'm hearing like grudges with your father or something, or some parent. So, or it could be father figure, doesn't have to be. Others of you, this is a father. Either it's your husband, because this is a husband, or the father of your kids that you need to communicate with, that you need to speak your truth to. Maybe there might be discord in a marriage, or there's family discord, there's family imbalance, there's family issues going on, because we have the 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This is for some of you who are already married, okay, or very, very committed relationships. There's things aren't going right in the home, okay. It's not a pleasant work environment either, because some of you work from home. It is not a pleasant home environment, and you know this deep inside, Capricorn. Oh gosh, I feel it. Somebody's putting their head in their hands, because you know what I'm saying is the truth. I'm only here to speak the truth, okay? I'm a divine being. I do this to help others. And sometimes the truth hurts, guys, but you know what? God can't bring us the life that he had meant for us if we continue to live a lie, okay? I've already told you my piece with my experiences here, okay? It's not a happy home. It's not. This card, yeah, it's the 10 of Cups, guys. It's not in the reverse, but it's in the avoid position. It's clarifying what you're avoiding. Okay? Or we shouldn't be avoiding. Some of you shouldn't be avoiding, which sounds kind of contradictory, but you get what I'm saying. This is an imbalance in the home. This is also some of you, your emotions are running high. There is a lot of, emotions running wild. There could be a lot of drama going on in a relationship, in a marriage, in your home. There's no divine love here, is what I am hearing, because the 10 of Cups is divine love. It is a blissful relationship. There's a lot of disconnected energies here. There's a disconnected family here. It's not a harmonious family. All right? I'm hearing a broken family here. And what I'm also hearing is that the parents, or the wife, the husband, they're misaligned. They're not on the same page, is what I was getting from this 2 of Cups energy. They're not vibrating at the same frequency. They could very well not have the same goals, aspirations, and things like that, okay? Some of you feel like, being in this family is still going to be okay for you, but there's a false sense of security here. There's no balance in this. Some of you are in inauthentic relationships, and you know it. You know it, Capricorn. That's probably what you have to be honest about. And maybe you're in a relationship still because maybe you guys make a lot of money together, or your person makes a lot of money, and you're afraid of kind of losing that financial stability, right? I talked about the false sense of security. You're afraid of the unknown. It's like if you speak your piece, it's going to cause conflict, and there might be a divorce and all these things. But again, Capricorn, don't be afraid of that, because there's something better. We saw the 8 of Cups. This situation that you're in is supposed to teach you a huge lesson, Capricorn, about you being your true self, and to stop living a lie. To stop trying to choose those cups that you think are going to bring you happiness or fill the void, and you know that they're not. When you have to find the ninth cup on your own, the Ace of Cups, to get to the Nine of Cups. When you are in Nine of Cups energy, fully fulfilled within, you attract the Ten of Cups, the blissful relationships, the harmonious relationships, the happily ever after, the having it all. But until you do that, and you don't live in honesty and integrity, and you're not being true to yourself and to others, you will continue to be misaligned with your highest self. You will continue to be misaligned with having the Ten of Cups and with what God has for you, because God wants you to have Ten of Cups. Inauthentic relationships is not going to get you anywhere, Capricorn. Some of you have to stop controlling things. It's not doing you any good with this energy here. And if you are dealing with somebody who's very controlling, who doesn't allow you to do whatever, they could even be trying to control your finances. Like, I'm getting a sense for somebody here that you can't spend your own money, okay? That you have to ask for permission. That is not a good place to be, Capricorn. It's not, and you know it. Okay? You know it. Or you're the one who keeps controlling the money or controlling the home or controlling everything. And you're not allowing your spouse or you're not allowing your significant other to have some sort of freedom or to take control over some things because they might do it wrong or they don't do it in a way that you want it done. And this person is kind of like, maybe they get depressed and they go into a dark corner. And then what happens is, and it could be, if it is your husband or father here, they could be losing their sense of masculinity. It's kind of like you are demasculating the individual. That's for somebody here. And you strip them of their power, and then it's causing all this chaos. And maybe they're not stepping up to the plate with regards to being a dad or doing their part in the house or something like that in the family. And everything's just going downhill, okay? You gotta be real here, Capricorn. If that's resonating with you, it's resonating with at least one person here. When you try to control everything, Capricorn, it backfires. Your world comes crashing down. Again, things go from bad to worse. There's instabilities and a lot of conflict here. A lot of turmoil. You gotta let go of the need to control things. Some of you are dealing with somebody who's too rigid, or maybe you're too rigid. This talks about an absent father, like I was talking about. If you know that there's a parent here that is not pulling their weight, you have to say something. You have to say something. And even if that leads to things not really being rectified or amended, know that you've spoken your piece and you finally feel free. And for somebody here who needs to hear this, even if it leads to a divorce, there's nothing wrong with that. It's what I came to realize. My divorce led me to my divine counterpart, as crazy as that was. And I didn't know anything about divine counterparts until a few years after I met him. And everything changed. Okay. And if you can't be flexible, that might be why you're experiencing a whole bunch of issues right now. Because you got to learn how to go with the flow. God is in control. We don't have full control. Again, with the instability here, for Emperor is about stability and order and organization. There's chaos here. There's not a solid foundation in this relationship, in this marriage, in this situation. You're refusing to see that. You already know that. You already know. Okay? All right. Let's go get some guidance for you for the week. I just realized I'm sitting sideways in my chair. I don't know how that happened. All right. If you guys could see me, you would have laughed because I'm sitting sideways somehow in my chair. Let's see what guidance Spirit has for you. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian. Oh gosh. Yeah. You know, Aquarius got this too. Some of you are not in a happy home right now. God wants this for you. But right now, there's family discord. There's a disconnected family here. God wants this for you, but with whatever it is right now, it's not a harmonious situation. A happy home. My people will live in safety, quietly at home. They will be at rest. Book of Isaiah, chapter 32, verse 18. If you feel compelled to look up this Bible verse, Capricorn, Spirit is highly recommending you do so, because there's another important message here for you. I will read what the book says because they really want me to do that. God will lead the way. See, God is in control here. They were convinced by the power of miraculous signs and wonders and by the power of God's Spirit. Book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 19. It's a beautiful card. They're all beautiful cards. Speak words of love. Be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 10. Bottom of the deck. See everything through the eyes of love. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. First book of Corinthians, chapter 13, verses 4 to 5. So see, if you're dealing with somebody who's like rude and hurtful, or maybe you're being rude and hurtful and impulsive and controlling, boastful, love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. This is a proud person right here. Could be very boastful, very egotistical, right? My way or the highway. That's not love. It's not. You might think it is, but it's not. Let's read the Speak Words of Love card. All right, Cappies. Pay attention to the words you're speaking. The truth, dear one, is that your words are either helping or hindering your plans and life purpose. They're either keeping the momentum going or keeping you at a standstill. Words can heal or harm, make or break. In the beginning, God said the words, "Let there be light," and light manifested out of nowhere. In the same way, instead of talking about your problems, fears, failures, and so on, stand on the promises of God in your life. Sure, you may have complaints or concerns. You may need to share your upset feelings with others, carefully choosing loving and empowering words, and always knowing that God has the answer to everything, every problem. You can square your shoulders, look directly at your issue, dream, or other situation, and declare victory in the mighty power of Jesus. Allow God's power to reign in and through you. Avoid the negative talk and begin telling a new story, speaking affirmative words, and exercising a God kind of faith. With God as your champion, take the superhero stance and feel, speak, and embody his mighty power. Speaking the truth, right? That's the being in the light. Oh, I just realized my candle went out. Probably went out a long time ago. God will lead the way. When we open up to God and trust and love him with all our heart, we are better able to hear and understand God's guidance. It is the same with reading and studying God's word so that we can instantly recognize true guidance from God as opposed to false guidance from insecurities or the enemy. When we trust in God, our lives flow more easily and the way is apparent. Fueled by the light of the source, we can rely on and follow God's guidance. If you have a strong repetitive thought or feeling to make a positive change, pray for God to reveal more details to you, and He will. Close your eyes and meditate on being more receptive to God's guidance, which you discern as strong repetitive thoughts or visions. Always, God guides us towards being helpful and loving, and His messages are aligned with Scripture and the Word. We can also ask for a sign from God as long as we're perfectly honest with ourselves that we're not trying to find a sign to justify following our own will instead of waiting to hear God's will. Everything we need is provided, and all our needs are always met with divinely perfect timing when we follow God's guidance. It's exactly, pretty much what I was saying. Not exactly, but it was what I was talking about. Following your own will instead of God's will, what I was talking about that. You have to be honest with yourselves. It's about God's will, not yours. And God provides everything. Can't be fearful of anything if you release control, okay? Again, if things aren't changing, Capricorn, you got to do something different. Give it to God. God is in full control here. You can control all you want, but you know it's backfiring and nothing is improving, nothing's progressing. It's because you are not releasing control. Okay. Oh, this is at the beginning. A happy home. If you didn't have the light and love-filled childhood home you dreamed of, you can create one for yourself and your family now. If your childhood home was a pleasant memory, you can recreate that sense of love and security now in adulthood. Pray to fill your home with God's love and light, which will cast away any darkness. We all need shelter. In nature, animals are fortunate to be able to live wherever it suits them. As humans, we have a few more practical constraints and are not always able to set up our household wherever we wish. Prayer and faith open the door to finding the right home, keeping it peaceful and protecting it. Is your home in need of a spring cleaning, including getting rid of items that pull you down? Walk around your home and ask the Holy Spirit to show you which items need to be sold, donated, or discarded. Or perhaps it's time to pack your bags and move. Six of Swords. Relocate. Whether your relocation arises... I just said it. Whether your relocation arises by choice or necessity, you can pray for God to guide you to the ideal place for you to live. You can also pray for the motivation to clean your home. If clutter has made your residence more uncomfortable, bring God into your home with lots of prayers and devotion, and your home will reflect that powerful love. Alrighty. Okay, they want me to read the bottom of the deck too. Okay, Spirit. See everything through the eyes of love. Children are made from the pure love and light of God. They are love. As we grow older, our spiritual focus needs to stay upon love and deepen even more. We realize that we have the choice to view ourselves and others through the eyes of love, just as God sees us. Love is strength, not weakness. So choosing love also means that you're choosing to experience life with the strength of God. It's the power of love that's always within you. And living as a loving being is an infinitely happier, more satisfying way to live compared to living with a fearful focus. When you look around with the eyes of love, nearly every situation becomes clearer and lighter, and challenges can become easier to resolve. You fall back in love with life again the way you did as a child. Pray for help when you feel afraid, and God will shine the light of love upon you so that you'll almost immediately feel uplifted. Lots of guidance here, Capricorn. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Syrians, please reveal to us for our highest good. What is the full moon bringing? That was fast. See, step out of your comfort zone. North Node. Yep. You're afraid. You guys are afraid to do this. Do something you've never done. Hold the vision. Fixed moon. Bottom of the deck. Ah, see. Work through your fears. The new moon in Scorpio. You can't be fearful of this. Cappies, you can't. God is with you. God will lead the way. It's always God. Let me tell you guys, I know I didn't really follow that at the beginning, but now that I know this, it's really changed my life completely. Completely. God moves mountains. He works those miracles. There's a strong feeling when you get this card that it's time to leave the past behind somehow because you are headed in the right direction. If you want to be happy and fulfilled, Capricorn, you need to get going towards doing the thing that scares you within reason. This card is all about living your life purpose, which is possibly what you've asked about. It's urging you to dare to do something different with your life and your direction, to take action. So are you willing to follow through and lead the life you incarnated to live? If you finally find the courage to make the leap, there's a good chance you'll come to ask yourself, why did I wait so long? I know I'm headed in the right direction. You're headed for something which feels like destiny. You need to face a fear and get over it. Time to stop obsessing about someone or something. Stand on your own 2 feet. You've got this. The North Node is a karmic point, and on the horoscope chart shows us what we need to do and where we need to go with our life to find satisfaction, fulfillment, and happiness. The North Node is the karmic astrological point that reminds us, to paraphrase Andre Gide, that in order to discover new oceans, we have to be prepared to lose sight of the shore. Fixed moon. Where's the fixed moon? Here we go. Hold your vision. There are 2 main possibilities with this card. The first is that you need to stand firm in whatever situation you're in. The second, very different interpretation, is that something is stuck. That could well be referring to the situation you're asking about. If that's the case, have a think about what you can do to grease the wheel so that events move forward. Are you being stubborn? If so, that's great, because if you really want things to change, there's a solution. Stop digging your heels in. Stop trying to control. Be the one to break a deadlock. With 2 interpretations for this card, it's up to you to decide what's going on and which meaning applies to you. This offers up a chance for some self-reflection. Yes, just say the word a lot and see how it feels. Staying power, faith, or patience are needed. Someone needs to back down. Avoid stagnation. A personal or professional relationship will be enduring. The fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. The fixed signs can be stubborn, so anything that's just starting as you draw this card may well last longer. Remember, we each have all the star signs in our chart. It's just the way the astrological wheel works, so there's no judgment when we say that while it's admirable how much staying power the fixed signs have, they can also be obstinate. New moon in Scorpio. Work through your fears. Whoops. That's not it. Here we go. This card suggests a rebirth. Think of your situation as the phoenix that's rising from the ashes, as the birth, death, rebirth paradigm. That's what Scorpio energy is all about. Whatever you've been through, Capricorn, there's a new start ahead. It might be a little dark. It almost certainly won't be rainbows and unicorns, but it will be deep and transforming. This card also suggests that if you know you are magical, then this is the time to work your magic. It can also herald the start of a sexier time if you've been experiencing something of a drought, and emotional intimacy is also on the menu. Scorpio is the sign that likes to go deep into body, mind, and spirit, so when this card comes up, there's nothing superficial about what's coming your way. Have some sexy time. Time to let go of a grudge you're holding. Move on from jealousy. Stop being obsessive. Could it be you're being paranoid? Make an investment. Scorpio is the sign of death and rebirth, magic and shamans. Its energy is a little bit dark, occult, even scary. Not all of us like to face the shadow, but Scorpio demands it. In fact, it's through working through your dark side that you can get to the light. And the new moon in Scorpio suggests you need to do that now. Now, Capricorn. Let's see what's going on with your love situation. What is going on with Capricorn's love situation? Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Syrians, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Okay, they want me to say something. It might trigger some people, but they're like, Jess, you got to say it. As I was shuffling, I heard from my guides. My guides want to know, my angels want to know, why do you continue to watch tarot if you are not heeding the guidance? Are you trying to get messages that will fall into what you think is right for you. Because if that's not happening, then that means you're going against the will of God, as I was saying. It's like somebody here keeps watching tarot to see if something is going to side with them as to what they want to do. Oh, stay in this relationship. Oh, stay in this job. Oh, continue to be in these low vibrational energies. Continue to take control. Something like that. So Capricorn, I really ask yourself, why do you continue to watch particular readings? And if you're getting the same message over and over again, and I will say with my readings alone, you guys are tending to keep getting the same main message. Okay. Fluctuates a little bit, but again, there's still a lot of similarities here. And you know what they are. If you continue, and it's not just with my readings, it's with other readings too, if you continue to get the same repetitive messages, that is indicating to you that you are not doing the work, that you are not heeding the guidance. You're hoping something will change miraculously, but it's because you're afraid to do the hard thing. You're afraid to do what scares you. You're afraid to step out of your comfort zone. You have to face your fears, okay? That is the way to the light. That is what's going to change your situation. You have to stop avoiding the truth. You have to stop avoiding the guidance that you're being given. And sure, I can't force you to do anything. I can't tell you what to do, right? But my guides or angels are saying, then what is the reason for going to tarot for guidance if you're not heeding the guidance? That's something somebody needs to ask themselves. Okay, we have girl with a snake. Empath and narcissist paradigm. Being charmed or used, enable, boundaries. You got to set some boundaries because somebody is trying to charm you. They're abusing you. They're being a bully and being impulsive and coming in and out of your life, all right? Some of you are very strong empaths, okay? Some of you are dealing with this type of paradigm. This is a lesson to be learned with this connection, okay? Somebody keeps using you, Capricorn. You got to cut that out. Okay? And the snake, stop being deceptive. Stop with the lies and stuff. Being inauthentic. You got to set some boundaries here. Healing heart. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. See the addictions here? It's time to heal, Capricorn. You gotta free from these inauthentic relationships that are not, you know that there's no harmony there. And if you keep going from one relationship to the next, this is for somebody, and you haven't fully healed, that's going to cause a lot more of your relationships to be the same thing over and over and over again. They won't be harmonious in nature. It's really time for you to start healing. Boat, receiving what you need. Progression, arriving, moving on, closure issues. God's trying to give you what you need, not what you want. Some of you just want to be in a relationship. Some of you just want to be married and just be in this family. But if it's not working out, if there's family discord and imbalance and misalignment and chaos in the home or in the marriage or in the relationship, is that really what you want, Capricorn? God's trying to give you what you need. You need to heal from a heartbreak or even healing from an addiction. Maybe being addicted to needing to be in relationships all the time. Or maybe it's another addiction, drinking, drugs, something like that. Power, control, addicted to power. You got to heal. You need healing. You need to be making some progress, because right now with that Six of Swords over here at the bottom of the deck with the what you need to avoid, there's no progress being made. You got to move on. Remember, also go with what your gut's telling you. Your gut's never wrong. Stabbed in the back. Heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. See, I talked about deception. Maybe you've been stabbed in the back before. Okay? You got to heal from this. You just have to. If you can't heal from this, you're going to continue to attract people who will continue to deceive you and cause pain and heartbreak. That's just how it works. It's the law of attraction. You got to heal from this heartbreak, okay? And if you're in separation with somebody, or you're afraid of separation, separation is needed to do the healing, okay? Maybe that's what you're avoiding. Maybe that's why you're avoiding speaking your truth, because you don't want to separate. You don't want to go into separation phase when separation is needed, especially if you are a light counterpart. You cannot avoid the separation phase. You know you need to move away from this person. You know you need to really locate so that you're not seeing this person all the time. Because maybe somebody here, you live near your counterpart and you see them all the time and you get frustrated and they keep doing the same things, but God's telling you to move. Listen to God and stop trying to think that your way is the best way. It doesn't work. It's God's will. It's not yours. Okay? So some of you, if you want to end this pain, all right, this type of poor behavior with being betrayed or anything like that, lied to, deceived, you have to heal during separation. Being in solitude is where God does his greatest work. Being in solitude is where we do our greatest work, because God really works with us. I wouldn't have healed if I would have undergone all my several separations with my counterpart. And the final one is the kicker there, where you will no longer feel heartbreak and pain. You will be harmonious with yourself. You will be tested up the butt. I will not lie about that. But you will know that you've completely healed when there is no more of this in your heart space. Period. So some of you who are counterparts and you're avoiding separation, you're avoiding speaking your truth to this person because the person may be like blocking you or whatever, and I don't want to talk to you anymore. Let that happen. Let it be. Okay? Let it be. Let God handle it. Let God handle it, Capricorn. All right, if you would like a personal reading with me, please check out the description box below for information on how to book a reading with me. If you feel drawn, I have direct links to certain services there, or hop on over to capellawellness.com and check out my service suite. I am holding my Zoom sessions, some of them are calling webinars, with regards to how to navigate the challenging energies for 2022 with the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction in Pisces that happens in April, and the U.S.'s Pluto return, which hasn't happened since the Declaration of Independence. That occurs on February 22nd, 2022, and that happens to be George Washington's birthday, if I'm not mistaken, or one of the presidents. I could be wrong, but I know it's a president's birthday. Or is it Lincoln's? I don't know. Forgive me, but I just went blank. Those astrological transits, along with everything else, there's going to be a lot of illusions. There's going to be a lot of deception that is going to be surrounding us. And for those who are not on the spiritual path, who are not in alignment with God, with spirit, they're going to have the hardest time with understanding what is truth and what is a lie. That's why with this reading, Capricorn, it's going to be very important for you to stop getting out of the dark here with the lying and the deception and the dishonesty and inauthenticity, for you to get closer to the light by being truthful and being authentic and being your true self, all right? So with these energies that are coming, and the Pluto return happens next month from when I'm recording this, if people suffer from anxiety and stress, I'm not going to lie, and Spirit wants me to say this, they're going to suffer the most. It's a matter of whether you're going to go to God for this and you're going to know how to better handle these energies, or you might go down in a downward spiral, okay? And I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but it's just the reality of the situation. And God knows this is happening, okay? There's no way around this. We cannot control this. We can control this by being in the light and allowing God to lead the way and being in alignment with our higher selves, okay? So I'm hosting this webinar to help those with what's coming, because it's not going to be hard for those who are not high vibrational. I'm not going to lie about that, okay? I'm also going to do mini readings with those individuals, and I'm going to specifically tell them, Spirit's specifically going to tell them how they're going to deal with 2022, okay? I'm also going to have a Q&A session. We'll talk amongst ourselves. We're going to have a little fun. You can ask me whatever you want. I'm going to close it off with a really nice healing meditation for all of us that I created. And then I'm going to give a little bit of a surprise to those who join me in either session. The last ones I have are January 23rd and January 30th. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They're both on Sundays. I still have like a few seats left, and I only have 10 seats per session. So if you're interested, I would highly recommend that you book your spot if you feel drawn. Any questions about the sessions? There's more information in the description box. You can ask me by sending me an email, or you can go to capellawellness.com, go to the service suite, check on the category, go to the category coaching. You'll find the session listings there, and you could book from there or whatever, okay? Again, any questions about anything, please feel free to reach out to me, okay? Capricorn, emails in the description box. There's lots of places where you could find me. You can reach out to me, okay? All right, Cappies, this concludes your weekly reading. Thank you so very much for watching this video, for subscribing to this channel if you haven't already, and for illuminating that thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. I wish you the best today, and always I send you so much love, and I hope I illuminated your well-being today. Again, this is Jess from Capella Wellness, starring out.